Check it out, man.
Here we go.
All right, guys. Well, down here in the blue in the bottom left part of the map from the team NSHoSeo is a very freaky player, the kind you don't take home to mother, or Kerrigan, I guess in this case. It is Freaky. And at the top left part of the map, a player that's not quite as freaky, but still a freak in Terran versus anything, really. From the team Dignitas, it is Select.
All right, guys. So I don't even know if I can speak after that intro because how do you follow that up? So
I don't know.
All right, here we go, guys. It is Taldrum Alter, though, and right away, I'm sure Select is going to be happy with the spawn positions. Of course, if you look from his ramp down to his opponent's natural, it's a very short distance.
Yeah.
The ramp positioned the right way so that he can siege that up if we move into kind of that tank marine phase later on.
Yep, so the spawning positions will help out Select a little bit if he decides to do something like that. I'm curious to see what Select tries. I actually haven't seen his Terran versus Zerg for a little while.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if he goes bio. I would assume he probably will. You know, he loves his Marines. He loves his bio units, so I doubt we'll see him go mech.
Sure.
But we'll kind of have to wait and see. Oh, gas first, though.
Okay.
Pretty cool. So usually when you see gas first, we might be looking at some sort of Banshee action. And that is something that can catch a Zerg off guard if they haven't scouted it, if they are not ready for it, they will actually just instantly die to it. So we'll have to see if Select is trying some sort of crazy one base, or sometimes Terrans do decide to do some sort of early harass. I should also mention, though, that he could just be doing this to get a factory as soon as possible and just get those Hellions out there right away.
Yes.
That's also a distinct possibility.
It's been pretty popular lately just to go from Hellions into Banshee into the kind of normal terrain marine phase as well. So that's a possibility. You know, I would have said this would even about maybe a year ago, you would have said that gas first might not only mean Banshees, but it could mean that fastest possible Hellion build. But we'll see what Select ends up going with here in just a second. He's going to have that 100 gas just timed so nicely when that barracks finishes.
I think it probably is going to be a factor right away then. But, will it be for Hellions or Banshees? But here's the thing. Like you mentioned, a lot of players going like Reactored Hellion into Banshee a little bit later after the expand now. Yeah. And it's kind of cool to see builds go from like one sort of pressure into the normal strategy, or like, just into the normal strategy. Now we have like one type of harassment into another type of harassment while going for that overall strategy. Yeah. StarCraft 2 is just becoming more and more complicated every match I watch. It's just great. I love watching this game evolve. Yeah,
but that's fantastic, though. And the game really has come very far in the past year as well. So,
well, GSL seasons 1 through 3 just became free to watch. I mean, if you go back and watch some of those,
oh my God,
it's going to blow your mind what some of those players do.
There's a lot of one base versus one base still happening right now. Games are not really going past 10 minutes.
You can go see Torch do his one-base battlecruiser build against Sans Zenith on Metalopolis. It's from Season 1. Go watch that.
That's
it's pretty great.
All right, so let's see here. Pretty predictable out of Freaky, though. Double Queen, so awesome to say. Pretty predictable out of Mr. Freaky.
Mr. Freaky.
Double Queen 6. Zerglings coming up after that. Select, though, great positioning with the Marine to keep that drone away, so it keeps Freaky completely in the dark. Look at that. Doesn't have a clue what's coming at him. We know, as a matter of fact, that it is a starport right away.
Yep, that's right. So it looks like he will indeed be going for possibly Banshees. It still could be something where it's like a Hellion drop with some Marines on the low ground. We've seen players do that from time to time.
Sure.
But, Freaky's doing a good job of getting those Zerglings out there to kind of look around. Obviously, losing that one right there doesn't help. But if he can get this one in the base, or at least close enough to see something, that might help a little bit.
Yeah, I think he knows he needs to see something.
He's going to see the Hellions, at least.
And all he's seeing right now is just a normal... I mean, it's not the normal timing necessarily, but all he sees is Hellions. I mean, that's about what you would expect out of a Terran player right now. Yeah, he doesn't know what's following this up, and it is indeed a medevac.
Oh, okay. So he is going to go for the medevac drop. I like it. Interesting maneuver there. He's got his front pretty well protected against the Hellions. I don't think Select is going to want to try to get in there. Or maybe I could be wrong. He is.
He's just going to go for it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's really going to do a ton of damage with this. He is going to kill some Lings, but generally, almost got those Hellions headed off.
Yeah.
The pass there. Oh, man, he might. All right, generally... get in there for some good scouting.
Yeah, gets himself a drone kill as well, and quite a few Zerglings on top of this. Wow, I don't know about the follow-up with the second set. Now, the first set, I could argue that, yeah, he got a lot of information from that, but who knows? It is Select. He is super aggressive. He's pulled a lot of queens off of the line.
No.
Oh, he has access to just run into the natural. This has actually just paid for itself now with those probes running away.
Man.
3 drones going down immediately, and look at this.
Yeah,
we have our
bad.
medevac coming through with more Hellions.
Rescue medevac. He can just pick him up and get
wow.
there like that. He can actually unload the weak ones.
How does Select
and,
make this happen?
Oh, this is so good. Select is just amazing. I mean, he's been training in Korea for a while, but he was always a really talented player. His CVZ is looking pretty good, though. Oh, is he going to scoot around the queens? It looks like he is.
Oh, so
no.
drones.
Oh, man.
3 more going down right away. Another 4th just added in there. And, oh, my God, this is so much economic damage right now. Select pulling ahead in supply, establishing his next base at well, forcing his opponent to commit over to queens and a bunch of Zerglings. And, yeah, you're absolutely right. Where is the medevac? There it is.
There she is. He doesn't want to lose any more Hellions than he needs to. Takes him out. And, he's even got the Viking there.
Yeah, the Viking's going to pick off a couple of Overlords, occupy the attention of the Queens, while these Hellions come back through for yet another pass.
Look at this multitasking, too. He's been doing so much while we've been watching all this. He's got his expand up, he's getting stim. And he can just take that. Yeah, he can just take that home and repair it, too. Really nice play so far from Select. His opponent is supply blocked. What is the worker count right now?
Let's go and take a look. 30 to 35. Of course, that's pretty good for Select. Oh, God, he's going in again. Well, this is so risky. 14 HP medevac, but he's going to get the Hellions down.
He's really kept the drone count low, too. I mean, it's going to make his follow-up pushes that much stronger. And look at that. More mining time.
Oh, my God. Wow. This is just endless from Select. This is so good.
He's just not giving up. Yeah, and he's still doing everything behind the scenes here.
Oh, my God.
We'll finally see Select's base again. This is just insane.
Yeah, we have to keep watching this. Go, get away!
Oh, well,
now
they're there forever.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we're going to die here, boys, so let's take as many of them as we can with us.
Yep, that's true. Queen's coming. Queen's coming in from the side right now. Everything gets cleaned up. 23 workers to 33. 23 have been killed this entire game. That is so good for Select right now.
Man, and just the moral blow that delivers to Freaky in this case is just huge. I mean, the game's not over yet. The supply's still pretty even, as you can see, but Select just doing a ton of economic damage. I mean, the Zerg is supposed to be quite a bit ahead in drones right now. I mean, at this point in the game, Freaky would be thinking about maybe taking a fast 3rd or getting his lair going for his Spires soon, but no, he's still on Tier 1. The +1 carapace is going to help in the Baneling nest as well, but he is just way behind Select right now.
Yeah, and let's see what Select can do now onto base. Of course, this base came up a lot later, so he's got a lot of excess minerals on it because he was actually getting pretty well mined out of his main. A lot of those very, very low right now. Let's take a look around, though. Looks like Zergling's going to tear after these destructible rocks. Don't think there's any upgrades on the Zerglings. Nope, +1 carapace just about to finish up. And essentially, Freaky's been able to do nothing but just endlessly drone. Yes, he has retaken the worker lead, but look at the army difference for our 2 players right now.
Yeah, pretty crazy at the moment. I like the decision by Freaky to go +1 carapace. He knows that he's going to probably need to be fighting with Zerglings, so getting that first will just help him make them last a little bit longer at least. His creep spread is actually looking pretty good, too. I mean, one thing Select wasn't able to do because of all his economic harassment was deny creep tumors. We're going to see that now, though. Probably see another scan. There it is. Yep. And, good job by Select. He's really got this entire game plan really well thought out.
Yes, he does. Picking off so many creep tumors as well.
Long range.
No kidding. I was just wondering how many he was going to get. Picks it all off.
Don't know if that one was worth it.
Looks like he's going to run back home. I guess he didn't know if there was any more initially, but runs back home with some very hurt Marines, but he can sacrifice that right now because the damage that he actually did to the creep spread is, well, honestly well worth it because it'll make this follow-up tank push or moving here underneath this natural so much easier.
30 supply up right now for Select.
Wow.
Freaky's getting his infestation pit. He's getting also his +2 carapace. It's kind of crazy, actually, just how much he's getting for his upgrades and tech right now.
Sure.
He's not going to have a lot of defenses when Select decides to move in here. I don't think he's going to have infestors out in time to hold this push, which is coming at a very normal timing for Select, but because of that early damage, is doing a lot more. Wow, this is crazy.
Oh, Select doesn't have siege mode done, though. A bunch of Lings and Banelings are rolling their way through. The Banelings could get some pretty good hits. A nice split there out of out of the Marines right there. And yes, apologize, folks. We have been informed we had the wrong race icon up there. Switching it around now.
It happens. You guys can tell, though. You weren't fooled, I'm sure. All right, so the push from Select.
Yeah, Siege mode going to be finished in about 5 seconds.
I was just about to say, yeah, he doesn't quite have Siege mode yet, but once he does, I think this is going to be potentially a very quick game. Oh, the Queens come right up to greet everything as Siege mode ends.
Wow.
Ouch.
And everything dies, because that's what siege tanks do. And right now, Freaky is still only on 2 base right now. All those drones pulled off the line at the natural. Economic damage already being done. That queen does not stand a chance. Bye-bye.
Oh, that natural is in trouble as well. Freaky's like, I got to do something, but the pathing just is not very good right now for his units.
Yeah, exactly.
And here he goes. There are 2 tanks there, though.
Yeah, pulling back to the siege tanks. He wants to just root the spine crawler down, but that's not that big of a deal to Select at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, Select just did such a great job harassing with those early Hellions. I feel like he got a little bit lucky, but no matter how he did it, well done by Select. This game is basically all but over at this point.
Yeah, congratulations to him as well. Select is actually putting on a show for us. This is pretty amazing.
He's putting on more of a show than his teammates show.
Show?
Oh, man. Oh, I know.
All right, Spine Crawler's going to fall down here in just a second. Siege Tank's doing more damage to the Marines than the Zerglings ever thought about doing. And looks like there's one big group of Zerglings and Banelings that are left. But if they try to get anywhere close to the Siege Tank line, they're just done.
He could conceivably still push Select back here. It'd be very, very difficult. He's on 2 bases. The worker count, though, as we saw, is very low. Oh, an Infestor getting taken out. Does manage to fungal, though, so at least he got that out of it.
Yeah, got its damage done. It looks like Select is slowly reinforcing at the moment. What else do you have back at home? Quite a bit, as a matter of fact. An Overseer is preventing construction from the factory, but here comes Select now, slowly sieging up these into the natural more and more. And that Vice Grip may be a little bit too much for Freaky to hold.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Select isn't really trying to over-push this, which is a great decision. He doesn't really need to right now. He's just kind of chilling out. He's going to work on his third. He's getting that command center, kind of just macroing up. He knows he's so far ahead. The only way he can lose is to be too aggressive. Looks like he's going to lose those units there.
He's unsieged.
Oh, man.
He's really got to siege up now as he is starting to bring in a few more tanks. Yeah.
And, this is... I don't know. It always makes me worried when Terran pushes so far into creep like this. Right. Whoa, here come the Banelings, and a nice fungal from Freaky.
Yeah. But it looks like +2 melee is going to fall. Bye-bye. And most everything getting cleaned up there. There's another fungal growth as a bunch more Zerglings do start rolling in, but there's enough units here. Looks like Select is going to be able to deal with this push. Not even all the siege tanks going to go down, much less the Marines that were supporting behind that.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have to kind of wait and see what happens here. Another little drop by Select, but not doing a whole lot of damage. Select's still pretty far ahead. He's about ready to take that third. Just pushing very, very careful, methodically in there. You notice Freaky just cannot make drones right now.
No.
So, even if he kills Select's army, he's still going to be really far behind economically. Go SCVs! Well, they do have drills. I mean, I guess it makes sense that they'd be drilling into rocks.
And looks like more damage being done by Select there inside of the main. Just too many drops going on right now.
He's going to get that spawning
Still, there are siege tanks there.
Yeah. Oh, almost.
Looks like he picks up and moves away. He's got to back up out of there. All right, so let's see here. What's moving down for Select now? Well, that's a pretty big army. He is up by 50 supply now. It looks like Freaky doing a good job at just staying in this game, holding on, but Select's advantage right now is really, really big.
Only siege tanks there, but he's going to take out most of those Zerglings. So,
yeah.
It's kind of sloppy to lose those, but he's just so far ahead right now. It's actually okay, quote unquote, at this point.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's not going to change the outcome of things, so to speak.
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, Freaky's going to need to control insanely well. He's going to have to take out Nest's brain and hook it up to his for a little bit to get out of this one. I don't know if that's actually possible.
Well, let's see. It looks like the last round of Zerglings pushing their way through. Hasn't even killed everything that's sitting here in this little push, and Select is continuing to reinforce. More tanks making their way up to the front as well. And here it comes. There's the scan, clearing out the creep. Everything runs away from the, I will call the third. It's really only the second base that's up to Freaky right now, though.
Well, Freaky's trying to make things work here, but Select's just got too much stuff. I mean, Freaky's doing a decent job of holding all this off, but...
Right.
And, I mean, Select is pushing with some kind of thin forces here, so...
Yes, he is.
I don't know. I mean, Select just keeps getting so far ahead that, again, it doesn't really matter. I mean, he's losing a lot of stuff, but I think he's just way too far ahead right now to lose this game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. His production's very good right now as well. He's got a poor siege tank that's trapped back at home, and he is going to lose this push here up at the front. I mean, once again, yes, good job by Freaky just to even remain in this game right now, but it's just quite the uphill battle at the moment. 60 supply difference. That grows just a little bit more each time we see Select supply.
Yep. Freaky can't really push past that tower because he sees all those Marines there. Upgrades for Select are getting a little bit out of control as well, too. But yeah, 50 supply ahead at the 20-minute mark in a TVZ is not the situation that a Zerg player generally wants to be in.
No, not at all. And Select looks like he's going to restart this push slowly but surely. He is going to move back outside the wall of creep and then start pushing back in one more time. Select looks like he did have his drop revealed, but we'll see what he does, making his way up now.
Yep, and he may even decide to just try to push into the main at this point. He's obviously going to try to control that natural expansion.
Sure.
And are we going to see some sort of counterattack from Freaky? It looks like he's going around the outside. We'll have to see if that's to cut off reinforcements or to go for a counterattack. I think he's going to try to counterattack.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Let's
see
here. Oh, supply depot wall goes up. And it looks like Select is prepared. Very nice job there. And he does mitigate the damage.
Yep. Trying to push ahead again. The Infestor's really doing a good job of keeping Freaky alive.
Yeah. Looks like Freaky has to run away.
Oh, chunk of Zerglings taken out there.
Yeah. Looks like 4 killed by that siege tank up at the front.
Oh,
they are going to run their way into the third. Yeah.
Yep. So a little bit of damage from Freaky. You know, again, everything Freaky is doing right now is just trying to buy him time more than anything else. He can't really attack Select per se. These are more just kind of harassing things.
Right. I definitely agree with you. And looks like the rest of the Zerglings are eventually going to go down, but they certainly bought time for Freaky, I guess, more than anything else. It's still a 50 supply deficit for our 2 players. Select has quite a few resources banked right now. His infrastructure is looking pretty good with the more racks on the left-hand side. So he's just going to keep reinforcing and slow playing this. I mean, I like, once again, though, that he's, you know, he did overextend himself a little bit in the beginning, but right now it's looked a lot better.
Oh, nice push by Freaky. I love this. Firing a couple infested Terrans to take some siege tank shots, let the Zerglings get in there. Oh, a little bit too far, but kind of cool stuff with that.
Little bit. And these infested Terrans have to do something or they'll just die in a second, so he decides to run them up because any Marine killed is a benefit.
Yep.
And the Infestors are going to run away, and it looks like Select moving forward with a pretty darn big force.
Oh, and he's going right down to... Oh, it looks like he's going to bypass the 4th. He doesn't quite know that that's there yet. Or does he? It looks like he might.
Let's take a look.
Does he know? Oh, no.
Oh, what happened?
What did you just do?
I don't know what I just did. Okay, it's apparently still going, but
10
apparently...
seconds. You must hit the B button.
I must have.
Good job.
Hey, you know what? Here it goes. Select's going to make his way down. V is what I meant. No, he does not know about what's going on down at the bottom right. So...
Well, yes, that was thrilling.
It's an exciting moment, instant replay there.
Got to watch out for the fungal growth. A decent amount of units for Freaky here, but a lot of siege tanks, a lot of Marines for Select. You know, too much attrition being taken by our Zerg player.
Yeah, definitely. Now a 100 supply difference for our 2 players.
Yeah.
Select has all but wrapped this one up now. That's really the only bit of mining that Freaky is doing at the moment.
Yep, and that hatchery is most certainly going down. So I think we're kind of getting the end of this here. GG, yeah, there it is.
There it is.
And NSHoSeo.Freaky taken down by dignitas.SeleCT.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
Incredibly well done. So Dignitas actually evens it up now. It's 2-2. We're going to make our way into game number 5, and things are quite a bit closer than I had anticipated.